What's up, guys? Kyle Stafford here with Polk State College. My partner Austin Bell and I just came off of a Lake Chickamauga. Great finish. We finished 15th out of 136. The way FLW works is they take the top 10% teams from each tournament and they take it to the national championship. Well, lucky for us, we're kind of like the bubble guys. Two of the guys in the top 13 have already previously qualified, so they kind of made the invitation up to top 15. So you can call us the bubble boys, but we're in the national championship, and that's all that matters. And so there's a couple of really key techniques that I found out this week. I had to practice alone, unfortunately. My buddy Austin had to fly back to Lakeland to graduate from Polk State College. So big congratulations to Austin. He's never been in the FLW National Championship before, so we're really excited about this. His first one, my first one. There was really two deals that I found going on throughout the week. Lake Chickamauga, Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's a beautiful fishery. I've been a few times. I went there last year in the Costa Series, and I also had another college tournament there a couple years back as well. But it was setting up a little bit different this year. The fish were really pushed up. They were trying to spawn as much as possible. The week before we got there, the water was really high and it was starting to fall down as we were there. So during practice, there were some areas that I got to early in the week that I couldn't get to later in the week. And those fish were making their beds as the water was high. So by the time we got to the tournament day, these fish were spawning in 6 inches to a foot of water. So they were really finicky. And so in practice, I like to power fish as much as possible when they're on beds. And so I pitch 65-pound braid with a beaver on it just to see if they'll bite it. And if they do, great. That's the best way to do it for me. But unfortunately in the tournament they got really finicky. The water muddied up a little bit. During practice, the weather was really sunny all week long. During the tournament, it got cloudy. It was tougher to see the fish. They got really finicky. So I had to resort to a Gambler Super Stud in white. That way I could see it a little bit better. It's a fluke type bait made by Gambler. I fished this on 8-pound test, fluorocarbon, 100% trilene, and I have it on 20-pound Power Pro braid. So you can really get a good hook set with that braid, really sensitive. And when I was pitching it, I'd back off the bed a good distance away, and I would pitch it over there just to where I think she was, where I saw her swirl a little bit maybe, and then my line would just jump or just pop, and I knew she would have it. And so the very first fish that I had was actually right behind her house, surprisingly enough. I saw her Friday night before a tournament. She was still in the bed, so I knew that I was going to run over there, try to catch her first thing, and that's exactly what I did. After I caught that one, I didn't have anything near the Sail Creek area where I was fishing, but I did find some docks in practice. And I was skipping Berkeley Havoc Pit Boss, which is it's a really cylindrical bait, really good for skipping. It's got this flat side on it. I was flipping it on a 3/16 ounce flat out tungsten, and I had it pegged, 5/0 Gamakatsu offset round bend, 15-pound 100% Berkeley trilene fluorocarbon. I could skip this way under the docks, and I think they were spawning up underneath there, and that was just a really productive way. I didn't catch anything really big on that, but we put a limit in the boat, fairly quick doing that. And so we got our limit in the boat, and I had one more fish up the river, about a 30-minute run upriver, north of Richland Creek where we had put in. And same thing, I got there, and we started working on this fish for probably 30 minutes or so, and I couldn't get her to bite. And I wasn't using the fluke quite yet, the Super Stud. But I gave her a little break. I came back about 30 minutes later, and Austin picked up his fluke rod, threw it in there, and probably made about 3 twitches, and she ate it. And she was every bit of 5 pounds. And so at that point, we probably had 14 pounds in the boat maybe. And I really didn't have anything else. And these creeks are so shallow right now that you could see beds if they were there. And this was the only fish in the whole cove, and so I didn't have anything other than that. So we agreed that we'd make the run back towards the weigh-in and maybe find something that looked fishy. And so we were running back up Richland Creek, and I had fished some docks earlier in practice, and that I had found a couple years ago. But they were a little deep. They're like 10 feet deep. And I think that was a little bit too deep because we didn't catch anything on the docks. But at about 2:35, I found a fish on a bed. It was 6 inches of water, and it was probably about 2.5 pounds. But I knew that it might make a coal. I was doing it at 2:45, so I only had a few minutes to catch her. And at 2:41, I caught this fish again on the Super Stud. It's just an amazing bait on a bed. Weightless, of course. And so I caught this fish at 2:41. It coaled out, and we probably made a half-pound coal. We started running up towards Richland Creek, back towards weigh-in, and we checked in at 2:44. We were doing it at 2:45. And so it turns out, if you guys look at the results online, it's on flwfishing.com. We weighed in 15 pounds and an ounce. It was a 3-way tie. and everybody behind us was just ounces. I mean, 18th place was 15 pounds even. 19th place was 14 pounds 14 ounces, and it just goes to show you how crucial your decisions have to be, and to make decisions like that. And it's just a really good feeling. That's pretty much it. It wasn't really, we didn't whack them or anything like that. We had a great time, don't get me wrong, but that's how tournaments go. And another really key thing this week was it was sunny during practice, but it was overcast during the tournament, and so I wore my Costa Sunrise lenses. These aren't them, but the Costa Sunrise lenses are fantastic. Get you a pair for overcast decisions or overcast weather, stuff like that. They're really good. That's pretty much about it. The FLW National Championship will be held in May of 2019, and we're going to find out probably in November where that's going to be. But stay tuned, hang out with us, follow us around as we tour the country pretty much. And thank you guys for all the support, and we're looking forward to it. Look at that, that's a good one. That's what we come to fish for. It's a solid 6-pounder, man. Oh man, it's been kind of a tough day to be honest, but this spot just looked really good. It's got a bunch of scattered hydrilla, a little bit of pads mixed in. On speed worm. Man, that's just how you want to end the day right there.